I think protesting is fine once it's done in a way that's, not too disruptive.
You come across so well. You are brilliant.
Thank you.
You are an absolute brilliant. If you want to listen to a well articulated point, listen to that. Was brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
The trick is,
just can we go a little bit deeper? Can we scratch a little bit beyond the surface?
Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. I'm a comedian. This podcast is about my life, my wife, my likes and dislikes, hurling, football, movies, sex, drugs and rock and roll without the sex, drugs and rock and roll. There are going to be special guests and always regular contributors, but mostly it's going to be me and my main squeeze, the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. This podcast is coming out tomorrow. That means that I'm recording this podcast today, which is Sunday, and tomorrow is Monday. I'm just behind. I'm behind.
What's the usual kind of lead-in time?
Normally we could have 3 or 4 in the bank, but this year we have had fuck all in the bank. It's just been week on week, scraping by, just getting in by the skin of our Mickey, which I have a lot of skin around my Mickey, around the top of my Mickey. I'm not circumcised, just in case you were wondering. So, if you want to put that into, some sort of a calculator to say how actually much is by the skin of his Mickey, quite a lot at the top.
They'll edit this out, yeah.
Hopefully not. What's the crack with me, I hear you ask? Well, thank you very much. I've been home alone since Thursday. Not in the movie now, Home Alone, but actually just home alone. There's a fuel crisis going on in the country. My wife went down to Kerry with the kids on Tuesday. I was at home because I was gigging Wednesday night. I was in Limerick. And then on Thursday, the plan was to go down to Kerry. And I got into the car and I came across, so much traffic on the road as far as Rathmore. All the petrol stations were running out of fuel. By the time I got to Rathmore, I was in a queue about 2 miles long, and I texted my old doll. I was like, I don't know what time I'm going to get down. This is a shit show. I'll be down at some stage, blah, blah, blah. And then she rang me. She said, sure, why don't you bother not going down? Why don't you just turn around? And I was like, okay.
You didn't put up a fight, no?
No, I didn't put up any fight at all. I was like, okay, fair enough. I'll just come home if that's what you want me to do.
And then you hung up immediately before
and then
she
I hung up straight away. And then I went onto the back roads. I was home in 10 minutes. 10 minutes I was home. What have I been doing? Honestly, living alone the last couple of days. It's been, boring, lonely, wanking.
And the car driving away up, you were saying you'd love it.
Yeah.
No kids, no wife.
Listen, I'm not finished. I'm only starting off the way it started. I was a bit boring at the start and a little bit lonely at the start.
Okay.
A little bit of wanking at the start. Hardly any eating at the start. Worrying then, a little bit of worrying because I was like a little bit of existential dread, about what the fuck.
Too much thinking.
But then a little bit more wanking. And then, you wouldn't be thinking about the dread then as much. A little bit of writing, small bit of writing, little bit of writing, sketches. I've been doing a sketch every day for the last couple of days to try and keep me, in
mentally stimulated.
Mentally stimulated. Yeah. Well, small bit of working then as well. A few pints. I went for a few pints. 2 pints. Just went for 2 pints. A bit of wanky. Did I say wanky? Small bit of that.
Twice, yeah.
Walking. I did a bit of walking. I went for a walk. Went for 2 walks. 2 lovely river walks. Down where I live. Listened to a good bit of music. Listened to a lot of music.
Went for a wank as you walked.
No, scrolling though. Did a bit of scrolling. A bit of wanking and alright then after the scrolling, and that always leads to wanking and walking wouldn't be down by the river.
But you're looking for sponsorship there, aren't you?
Not at the moment.
No, not
at the moment.
Just checking. Okay, that's
Listen,
right.
I said WhatsApp. I did a bit of WhatsApping.
Yeah. You were giving me a few more texts than normal, actually.
I give you a few texts.
So that's why you had a bit of time in your hands.
A bit of time in your hands. All in all, it's been joyful. Do you know what I mean? It started off kind of a bit low, and they're coming back now today. So, yeah, looking forward to them coming back. That'll be great. They'll be back there now again. And That's it. Yeah, a few shows coming up, lads. Paddy Max in Court McSherry, nearly sold out.
Just want to say, you gave me the wrong dates for all those as well.
No, I gave you all the right dates.
No, you gave me the wrong month. I'll show you the text after.
Okay, all right, wrong month. So, but the date was right, was it?
I'll have to double check the date.
Okay, so you're coming on here with like flim-flammy facts now. You know what I mean? I'm giving them the real date.
There's a big date difference from April to May. That's what I will say.
Is there a big difference? If you zoom out, is it that big afterwards? Like
No,
they were
it's
on the
a bit.
moon there, they were looking back and they were like, look, sure, like, why don't we all live in harmony and peace? You know, if you zoom out far enough, is it that big?
Fucker, you're dead right, lad.
Thank you so much. Paddy Max and Coach for This Fella is supporting me. On the 16th of May, we're in the Schoolyard Theatre on the 25th of September. All these are on my website, by the way, which you could also check. The Glen Theatre and Band Theatre. I think you're doing all these as well.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah.
Kilworth Arts Centre, if you're around.
Yeah.
You hop on. Brilliant.
That sounds great, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a few more dates coming up in Limerick and in Tipperary. I'm doing what's the name? A day, or is it a day? I don't know. It's coming up anyway. So and it's not on the website, so it doesn't matter. Does it matter? I don't think it matters. Does it matter?
Are you getting any money from that particular gig?
I'd be getting money from all the gigs.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
But
I wouldn't be doing them otherwise.
No, but I mean,
I'm just going to do. Hi lads, I'm here to do a gig. No, put your money away. I don't want that at all. No, I'm here for the art.
I meant doing it at Dare. There's no tickets to be sold. I assume it's a festival and you're getting paid regardless of.
No, they're selling. What's the name of that fucking? I've done it before. I opened for Chris there a few times. It's gorgeous.
But your fee is set, is what I'm saying.
Set fee.
Yeah, so you don't.
No, it's actually not a set fee. No, I don't know actually. Get on to my wife actually, and she knows. She does all that. I don't know anything about money, lads. You know, honest to God. As I said, I think they probably get 20% of ticket sales and the bar, and then Noelle takes the rest of it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah,
and then
she's more responsible.
I get whatever's in the green room, you know, for myself.
That's all the way from Limerick, isn't it?
I got this I was in the National Concert Hall on Wednesday, supporting Kyla Cobbler, and it was fucking believe in the middle of the fuel crisis, not one cunt in Limerick gave a shit anyway. They all fucking drove in and came into the gig. And it was a great night.
She's massive though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's, I don't know, maybe 11 and a half stone.
Oh, I set you up beautifully.
I wouldn't say that's massive. She's 6 foot. She's a very, very, very big stand-up comedian.
Oh yes. Very good.
Huge, popular, 1 million followers on Instagram, and
she's very funny. I actually, one of my friends actually went to a couple of her gigs. She said she was amazing, so I followed her there last week. And the stuff she puts online, I don't go online, I hope but it's really funny, really clever. Yeah. It's just nice, relatable stuff.
Yeah. She's a completely authentic person as well. Not to, not to say that most people aren't authentic, but she's genuinely herself all the time, and there's no fucking airs or graces about her. She only started comedy 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Growing, yeah. Massive crowds all over.
Huge crowds, selling out all over Ireland and Canada and Australia and New Zealand. They're all shows. That's unreal, you know. I have a Patreon. If you like my shtick, come onto the Patreon. There's a link in the subscription or the description or whatever. Subscribe in the description for that weekly podcast with me and my wife. Okay, are we ready to bring you on?
Yeah.
All right.
Bring me on.
Okay, guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
I've no rhythm. I can't get involved.
Guess who's back? Some say he'd never return. Others said he would. I guess one of those were right.
That's it, is it?
No. Fresh from the bowels of North Cork's capital town of Mallow comes soothsayer, mentalist, scholar, and all-round good guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mind Guy.
Thank you. I was a last-minute addition.
Last minute.
Very last minute, yeah.
Well,
it's good to be back, though. I enjoyed the last one. It was good. It was fun.
I asked you on Friday, I'd say, did I?
Friday, yeah. Today is Sunday, so I suppose maybe second last-minute addition.
Yeah. Well, you were my second choice after my wife, and I actually didn't even ask my wife. So you're my first choice. You're ahead of my wife.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I kind of want to get out of here. Just get a hotel.
Go to Wagamama's.
Oh, I thought you were going to say go to Wankamamas. A lot of wanking on the podcast today. Have you noticed that?
Well, it's coming from your side.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to. All right, let's reverse this.
Yeah, let's curtail that.
So, how are you?
Good, yeah. I played a football match there. I know the lads are dying to hear about the football match.
I am.
Yeah, against Grange. Oh, it was brilliant. Junior B football. I won't go on about it too long, but I'm aching afterwards.
Aching, sore, like?
Sore, yeah, my whole body.
Yeah.
Whereas before I could play 2 matches in the one day. Now I'm just, and in fairness, I actually timed, or I had a watch, so I was able to measure the distance that I travelled throughout the game. 8 kilometres.
8 kilometres?
8 kilometres in the game, yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 43.
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah, it's probably okay, but I was moving at a very slow pace. Most of my travelling was via walking.
How many times did you get on the ball?
I didn't count, but around 17. About 17 times, yeah. Didn't give away the ball once, hit the bar once.
Hit the bar?
Hit the bar once, yeah. I did a joke peasy little goose step if you guys are into rugby at home. It was beautiful, so I left my man for that.
Campese?
Yeah, Campese. He was a very famous Australian winger. Yeah, he was fantastic. He scored against Ireland in the World Cup, actually, knocked us out in the quarterfinal.
The Wallabies?
Yeah, well done, the Wallabies.
Yeah. I remember that World Cup.
Yeah, it was fantastic, yeah. It was still semi-professional then. Or it was more amateur interest then.
Your man was playing with the baldy head, Keith Wood.
Keith Wood, yeah. Keith Wood was playing, and there was, he was
Bruce Grobler.
Bruce Grobler was actually a soccer player from Zimbabwe, but it's close enough.
Oh, he didn't play rugby at all.
He didn't play rugby at all.
Yeah. Keith Wood is the only, and Brian O'Driscoll wouldn't have been on that team. No.
Yeah, before his time. But it's got to look at the player profile of how
Simon Gagan.
Simon Gagan, the poor man with the poor hamstrings.
Oh, Simon. I just remember he was like out in the wing, like 15.
He was ferocious.
Very fast.
Oh, great pace.
What's the story with rugby people and fucking weird names? Like, I know like Simon, I suppose, is normal enough, but there's a lot of weird names there.
Yeah. They're just, they come from a different background to us, though. They go like kind of private schools and stuff like that. So it's very hard to relate to them. Even when they're talking TV and the accents are just a bit more kind of refined than ourselves.
Up their hole is kind of what I would say.
Well, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I'm not sure, but like it's hard to get on their side. Whereas the soccer players, they're kind of more rough and ready.
Yeah,
they're the
blue collar, and then what's the other colour of the collar? Then is that white collar? I suppose.
White collar, and blue collar, yeah.
And what's the in between? Is there an in between?
There's probably like greyish, bluish.
Yeah, grey, blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I would.
I don't even wear a fucking collar.
Rarely.
I hate collars.
Then you'd probably be the
collarless.
You'd be collarless, yeah.
Yeah. Would you be a collarless person yourself?
Don't tend to wear collars, no.
Yeah. Never get into the collar scene.
No, unless I have to go with dinner out in Mexico, we're forced to dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be forced to wear a collar in Mexico?
Yeah, you wouldn't. I was just looking for something to say. No dress code whatsoever, the complete opposite.
Sure, what about when you came to my wedding and we were having the I don't think we've ever actually said this. I got married in Italy, in Amalfi, and we were having a big, kind of all the friends and guests. We were having a dinner the day before, big meeting, big dinner, all whatnot. And Pete and Claudia were coming down from Rome, and you text me and you were like, "What's the story tonight, lad, with the dinner? You know, do we need to get dressed up or what?" And I was like, yeah, fucking hats and what was I, like top hats and canes or something like that, as I said. And you took that then as a joke and arrived on in your O'Neill shorts and a t-shirt and flip-flops.
That's the way I thought you were completely going the opposite way.
Everyone else was like, I think my wife spent about 3 hours getting ready, everyone else was like, and Pete was there in flip-flops.
I was very comfortable though. Very comfortable.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think you're a collar guy. I'm definitely not a collar guy.
I wouldn't be, no. I don't really mind, especially as you get older. You don't care anymore, do you? You don't really care. But I was young back then. I didn't really care, but I didn't have much clothes then either. So
no, I think that was all your clothes.
That was it. Claudia still brings it up. Yeah, I brought a suitcase. First time we travelled together, it was filled with fivers. She was like, "What's the story with this fella?" The whole suitcase filled with fivers.
Fivers.
Yeah, I don't know why, but she was like, she had serious doubts. That's the first time we travelled. We were going with each other for about a month or two, so it was very early on in the relationship, and we went out to Rome.
Did you not put them into a wallet? Was it?
She said it was a big, massive suitcase filled with fivers, and there was hardly no clothes in it. So that was her first sort of impression of myself, really.
Were you what were you working at when you met Claudia?
I was doing mind reading, yeah.
And we used to get paid in cash.
So
your life is done a 360, man. You're doing all right for yourself now,
She's thought, that's a fella that's very stable in his job, And mind reader from Cork, just obsessed with GA. She hopped into my car and she said there was a couple of kettlebells, a GA ball thrown around, and she was like, "Yeah, he's a bit weird, but weirdness works.
Weirdness works, man.
Sometimes it works."
Yeah. Remember the time we did a gig in Sweden and we were getting paid afterwards? No, it's just when you said that about the fivers, your man was paying us afterwards. It was the most. I remember we were going out to do this gig and we were going out with two other comedians, and your man said, "Oh yeah, he promised us." I don't know, he promised us like €300 and it was like 3 gigs.
Lads, he was very smooth as well. He was very smooth.
But we knew that the €300 was for the 3 gigs. Like that was it. €300 between everybody for the 3 gigs. But the other 2 acts that came out thought it was €300 a gig.
Per gig, yeah.
And they thought they were getting €900 each, whereas we knew the 300 was for the 4 of us. So we knew that, but then which made it great for us because we were like these fucking Egypts here. Like, look at these, like they think they're getting 300 each. And then he was paying us after the first gig, and he was like, €1, €2, €3.
Honestly, he went down to the cent. He started counting out the cents to each one of us, and all of us gathered around him with our hands out. Oh,
please, sir. And the 2 boys beside us going, "Oh, Sister Storney, where's the rest of the food? Where's the 300?"
Oh, man. That's a good core memory of mine. We laughed a lot.
Laughed so much of that. It was fucking so funny. But that's it. Like, so I mean, the fact that you had fivers, you'd obviously come up from that time. And we weren't making sense.
Unfortunately, that came after the fivers. So I met yourself. We gigged together, and then my life took a downward trajectory for a few years.
Yeah, I brought you down. But if you didn't get down, you would never have got up, I suppose.
Well, that's the thing, though. You have to realise, the poor things that happen in life.
Yeah.
That you really appreciate the good stuff. Isn't that right?
I can't wait for the good stuff. What did you have for your breakfast this morning?
Do you know what? I had a pear.
All right, very good for fibre.
I had a pear, yeah, and I've discovered actually she makes these clean treats. They're absolutely lovely. So she makes clean treats for me. They're high in protein, high in carb actually as well, to be fair. And so I've those.
High in sugar?
Sugar, natural sugar.
What's clean about fucking something with high carbs and sugar then?
It's probably disguised Yorkie bar or something, or something like that. But they're really nice.
Yeah.
So they're really.
May as well have a Yorkie. Like.
I have to check the calorie count actually. What's exactly in them?
This is clean, Pete. Eat it. It's only 6 of those fibers.
I may be misled. I don't know.
You're not using these fibers, are you? So you had a treat and a pear. Lovely.
Yeah. I have no milk, and we usually get shopping delivered to the house just because of the fuel shortage. We couldn't get it, so I was also affected.
Oh, you were fucking badly affected.
I was badly affected. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You have to trudge all the way to the shop now.
Yeah, it's about 10-minute walk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but carrying milk.
I'm sorry about that, man.
Milk can be cold as well.
Yeah, your hands will be cold.
Yeah, I had a bag, so I put it into the bag.
Yeah, but are you carrying the bag like?
Yeah, that's like
yourself.
Usually go with Chloe.
So she'd carry the bag.
Yeah.
But you have to go on the walk
with her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's not going.
Poor fella.
Yeah, I know.
Are you all right?
Well,
do you want
still
to take a break?
If you don't mind.
I do.
No, but that's what I had. Yeah. So we were kind of limited in the fridge.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Why? What did you have for breakfast?
Thanks for asking, man. No one has ever asked me that question.
Is
before.
it a question that's asked a lot? Like?
I ask it a lot. Yeah.
Why? What business is it of yours?
It's none of my business. But it's kind of. I'm just always fascinated by what people eat since I'm small. Genuinely, like, do you know what's really rude is when you go into someone's house, right, and you open their fridge and have a look inside, right. I love looking in other people's fridges. If someone's opening a fridge, I won't open the fridge, right? But if someone's opening the fridge, I'll make it my business to be on their shoulder talking to them.
So you get off the chair,
and go over
walk up to the fridge,
just so I can see what's inside in the fridge. Yakult, Actimels.
Did you call me?
No, I was saying no. I wouldn't call you. No, I was saying Yakult.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, man. Did you think I was calling you a cunt?
No, I was sorry, offended you.
No, I wouldn't call you a cunt.
Okay.
You're a lovely fella.
Thank you.
But like, anyone who has Actimel is doing all right. If you have a few Actimels in your fridge, you're doing all right with yourself.
But is it high in sugar though?
Very high. They're like your sweet treats. They're fuck all good for you. You know what I mean? There's a billion.
I take offence to that. No, I've been taking those treats for the last 4 or 5 years, and I feel really, really good about myself.
And in fairness, they're working on you. But there's a thing called placebo as well, I suppose. Good band as well. I just love looking into people's fridges. So I'm very interested in people's food. Like I am like just like as I.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in a person's fridge?
Fuck it, I don't know. I'd have to think about that now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a random one.
Yeah.
Any exotic fruit?
No. Would you keep fruit in the fridge? That would be weird. I would never keep fruit in the fridge. Although, in saying that, I do keep my cucumbers in the fridge and they're fruit.
There you go now.
Yeah.
I keep some fruits.
Do you?
Yeah.
Although, no, actually, now that I think about it.
All your fruits are in the fridge?
A lot of my fruit are in the fridge. Most of my fruit. Pears aren't in the fridge. I'll keep the pears out because they go soft, you see?
Yeah.
And the bananas out because they'll go ripe.
Very good.
After that, you're dead right. All the fruit is in the fridge.
Fucking almost 20 minutes of waffle.
We're going to move on to trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. getting good, isn't it?
Okay, like that. The lads are involved as well.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, they're mic'd up there now. But I don't know actually. Are they mic'd up today now? Because we're missing Peter today.
I did that.
Yeah. He'd be kind of the lad that kind of.
Oh, he does all the technical stuff.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Kind of eye candy. And in saying that, we wouldn't have them on the camera. They're not that great looking either. We'll just keep them where they're at. They're on a bit of work experience, God bless them. Hashtag fuel crisis. Do you know anything at all about this?
We were talking about it. Apparently I live in a bubble and I don't know anything at all about it.
A big bubble of happiness.
We were driving way up and I was too busy on about football and the whole world is coming to an end. Yeah, but I don't really. No, I think it's obviously a lot of lads. Do you know what? But when it comes to protesting, there has to be some sort of discomfort, doesn't there? So I think it depends how comfortable you are with discomfort. Because if there's no discomfort, there's no coverage. If there's no coverage, then you're not going to get any dialogue with the government. You know what I mean? So I think everybody has the right to protest. And I think protesting is fine once it's done in a way that's, not too disruptive.
You come across so well. You are brilliant.
Thank you.
You are an absolute brilliant. If you want to listen to a well articulated point, listen to that. Was brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
The trick is,
just can we go a little bit deeper? Can we scratch a little bit beyond the surface?
I was gassed the way we laugh when people are losing their livelihoods and jobs. But
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at you.
I think when it comes to podcasting, things like this, you can never give your true opinion. So you need to have high survival instincts.
You've got great survival instincts.
It's the ability to say a lot without saying a whole pile of anything of true meaning. To play devil's advocate, people try and simplify it, don't they? Like cut the VAT and stuff like that, but it's something that the government couldn't do. Am I right in saying that? Because if you cut the VAT in one thing, you have to cut the VAT across the board with everything else. Oh. So if you cut the VAT in fuel, potentially you have to cut the VAT in services, you have to cut in goods, alcohol and stuff. So they would potentially lose out millions and millions throughout the year. So I just be always sceptical with people, not saying that that's what their demands were, but to oversimplify something, maybe it's not as easy to cause change.
Wow. Brilliant.
Is that good?
No.
I got a clap.
I would.
No, but is that a thing though? Can you cut VAT? Because what I was reading up on, there's
Can you die of starvation?
No, but this is the thing though. So if we cut VAT, we could potentially lose our millions and millions and millions, whatever. But there's a European directive or European law, since we're involved with the European Union.
This is true.
We're kind of hamstrung. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for the devil's advocate. I look for multiple
and I'd be
sides.
looking at. I think you're right in saying that there is a European directive that is making it difficult to execute the demands of the normal people that are keeping the lights on in our country and the fuel in our forecourts and the getting our Amazon packages to our houses and the food to our stores. You're right that there is a blockade and there that prevents the government from doing that. But the government could break that law to help the people of the country that keep the country going.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. But I'm just saying, is it difficult to break the law? What are the repercussions for breaking the law? Is there fines, sanctions?
Probably.
What happens?
Probably.
Yeah, and what's the long-term kind of, I suppose?
I don't think there's many people. I know now you're playing devil's advocate here to a certain extent, right? But at the same time, I don't care what the consequences are. There's But
could that affect us then long term?
It's going to affecting us now, man. Yeah. There's people can't fucking pay their bills. There's people putting, to fill their truck is costing them nearly €300, and that's gone in 2 or 3 days, and their profit for the week might be that amount.
Oh yeah, no, it's very hard. Yeah, it's absolutely very hard. Yeah, and I think the way the government handled it, they didn't come across well. They weren't very empathetic or sympathetic.
Extremely unsympathetic.
They branded them all as kind of thugs. And that's not fair.
It's completely not fair. And there is always going to be in scenarios like this, there's always going to be one or two naysayers, fucking far right little pricks, fucking coming in with the fucking tricolour there, fucking soiling our beautiful tricolour with their stupid.
It's a a shame, isn't it? No, you see the green, the lovely flag.
Now, like in Italia 90, I remember Italia 90, we loved the tricolour, and now it's fucking almost gone down the other side. I want to bring it back again, but like, what's going on with the fuel? What the fuel? Look, it all stems from that orange bastard over in fucking America, right? But now it's affecting us on the ground, but it's actually affecting the people that are keeping the country going. And I think Micheál Martin absolutely is, like shocking in his demeanor and his tone to the normal Irish person that's on the fucking out there working their whole off to try and keep the place going. They're breaking their bollocks, working 16, 18 hours a day, bringing milk into Tesco for you. No, I know you have to carry it home. Well, Claudia's carrying it.
They won't bring it to my door. They're
not bringing it to your door now. I mean, look, that's hard for you.
It's very, very hard.
Do you know what I mean? That's so hard for you, like, because you'd have to walk otherwise. No, Claudia is carrying it, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. And like, I mean, look at all that money we got there from Apple there a couple of years ago, like fucking billions.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
I think probably.
And there's a rainy day fund as well. We have a rainy day fund.
I suppose it's just rules and regulations, what you can do, what you can't do, if the government are hamstrung or whatnot, or if there's any in terms of the law by being involved in the European Union, and what are the repercussions of breaking that particular law. I don't know enough about it, hence why I'm asking the questions. I don't know.
I don't either, my guy.
Yeah, so I would assume the government would have an answer to that. Not saying that they're fucking everything they did. To be honest, like I said, they handled it very, very poorly. There's stuff that they could have done, and I would assume the farmers and hauliers, they would get there'll be some sort of intervention for them, where they receive some sort of payment that will offset the harshness of the fuel cost. That it has to be something, so I would assume that. But I just think when people oversimplify things, it's rarely that simple. It's rarely that easy.
No, I get
tax,
the point.
And another thing, to abolish the carbon tax as well. You can't do that either. So that's another thing. It's just
I'll push back on that, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely get that point, and I agree that they're it might be very difficult to circumnavigate carbon tax, for example, or that because of EU directives, right?
Yeah.
However, there are intelligent people sitting in rooms in Dublin who can go, okay, we can't do it directly this way, but how can we indirectly do it? How can we help these people in an indirect way that isn't breaking EU convention? Or is there some sort of a little fucking bridge that we can do? And can we talk to the people? Can we bring them into a room and sit down with them and go, look, listen, I know you're fucking feeling it and we're all feeling it, but can you just look, this is what we're going to, we can't do this because of EU directive. We can't do this because of this promises that we made, but this is what we're going to try and do.
Yeah.
We're going to try and make this little bridge here, and we're going to and in the meantime, look, just bear with us and talk to them. There was no talking to them.
I think their initial strategy was to brand them as thugs.
And
that was the initial strategy.
Pepper sprayed an 11-year-old girl yesterday at the fucking. They brought the arm. When you're bringing the army, the Irish army, and all the guards down to Whitegate, right, to break up a peaceful protest with lads that are driving fucking trucks, bringing our croissants into Centra. Do you know what I mean? I haven't had a croissant in fucking... No, I'm off the croissants at the moment, but do you know what I mean? But normal people doing normal jobs, like couriers, fucking farmers spreading fucking slurry so that we can fucking have food. The lads have put up a sign here now, Spain and Poland. I know
check your phone.
Check my phone for Spain and Poland. I know Spain have told America to go fuck themselves. So have Poland done the same? I'm not sure. I'll have to fact check this here. I have to turn on my fucking phone here now. But anyway, look, I'm against it. EU warns Spain and Poland over tax cut on fuels. We recommend rather to use reduction of excise duties, a commission spokesman said. So basically what I'm saying there is they're recommending that you look for other ways to bridge the pain, right? Which is what we should be doing and not what Micheál was fucking doing. Oh, there's no way we can do that.
Yeah, I thought they were very late to react. I thought they were very dismissive initially, which was poor. And I don't like when people are just lumped in as the one. They're not all right-wing. They're not all thugs.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the opposite. The majority of them, like you said, are probably hard-working people who are trying to make a difference to kind of pin to the collar.
There's a couple of lads there that don't do a tap as well.
But
handy out there, like fucking. It's great to have a few days off in this.
But you just can't. You can never lump an entire group. They're not all the same. There's multifactorial. They're completely. There's pockets of groups within the one group that could have a different viewpoint from the majority within the same group.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to label them as just this.
It is very hard, but like you can generalize on something like this, and like I mean, a blind man would be able to say or see that it's poor to be pepper spraying an 11-year-old girl, and to bring down water cannons down to Whitegate to disperse like lads. You saw them there with the high vises on them. Like there's old men there. There's I saw a man there during the week, and he was trying to contain his emotions. I'd say this fella now, I'd say he's never cried in his life. The last time he cried when he was coming out of his mother and the doctor gave him a smack in the arse. Like, he was a big, jolly, jovial fella, but you could see he was some men who just love work. So this man loved to fucking work. He fucking talks about work. He dreams about work. He fucking, when he's riding his wife, he's thinking about fucking driving. He loves it more than life. And he was bubbling with pain and fear. And it was so hard to see it, man. And like,
but what's the alternative then, though? How do you get rid of blockade? What would you do? Dialogue. But how long? I tell you what. How long is would you give them then?
So I don't know the answer, but what I tell you what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't be so dismissive of normal people who are out there. And like what the politicians were totally against was bringing in these unelected people of the people in to say their few words. But these are the people that are fucking on the ground feeling it, and they've been elected by the general protesters. They had a big meeting above in Dublin, and they weren't left in. There was only about 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah,
you know.
I seen that. Yeah, they were locked.
I think that's wrong. And they were like, because they were under. They were like, well, they're not elected like us. They're not important. They're only shit on the bottom of my shoe. You know, that's the fucking vibe that they're giving out. And I'm like, I didn't elect you, you prick. And then the other thing then is, right, I was on to my old man about this, and he was like, oh, it's a disgrace, it's a disgrace, it's a disgrace, oh, it's a disgrace. And I was like, yeah, we should vote in fucking Sinn Féin now the next time. No fucking way! Jesus Christ! No way! Oh my God! Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking nearly 50, and it's been these cunts for fucking the last 2 years, or 50 years, and we've got homelessness, we've got fucking children hospitals not built, we've got fucking kids being fucking
housing crisis.
I mean, they're not covering themselves in glory, and yet they're saying, no, we don't want to talk. No, the fellas that are affected, no, don't leave them into the room. We don't want to hear what they have to say. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, I agree. But then again, who elected those 5 random
My dad.
Come along? But see, that's the thing. And
did you vote?
You know.
Did you vote in the last?
I don't. I rarely vote. I rarely vote. But
there's a lot of people who don't vote. No, I don't mind you don't. No, because if you wanted to vote, you'd vote. And I'm not. That's not a shade on you, because I didn't start voting till I was, I'd say 32 or 33. So I genuinely, and only then.
Just above that.
What?
I'm just above 30.
And you're just above that,
30, yeah.
What are you now, 48?
Yeah, I'm 43, yeah.
But like, there's a lot of people that don't vote, but I think that's probably has to change if we want change in the next general election. Is the people that don't vote. And the people that do vote need to change their fucking minds and open up to see what is going on out there is not in the betterment of the people. Like the genuine, and I'm not.
But do you think you're in the minority? So since the same guys keep getting voted back in time after time, well, yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Will it change maybe when the older generation eventually?
Well, I'm seeing people my generation now I have people in my life who I grew up with, right? Who would have had the same, I would consider myself kind of left of centre, right? I would be pro people, like, I suppose, really, and like trying to get on, make it easy for everybody, not just the rich, okay? And that's my general thing, right? But I'm not very ardent on it. I'm not very political.
You're fluid like water.
I'm like water. Fluid. I'm like Bruce Lee. But, I would have had a lot of friends like that who are now right of centre.
Yeah. Why do you think that happens?
Because they are working in businesses and they're afraid. A lot of them are self-employed. A lot of them have their own financial needs, and you have to look after I get it. Your family.
So there's potentially more security here, and the try and test thing. That's good for them.
For them,
yeah, exactly them
right now. But it's still not that great. you know.
Yeah,
Whereas,
and they're afraid of the alternative that
which is
could be unstable, worse, or better.
Well, it would be a fair society for everybody, like, you know what I mean? Like, but some people, like, look, listen, if you have a suitcase full of fivers, right? Okay. And I have a suitcase and I've no fivers in it. And then the government says, look, listen, give half of those fivers over there to that fella there and we'll share it around. Most people aren't going to want to do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And that's just life, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's a hard one. Again, it's just, I like to see things and I won't be educated on it at all. It doesn't really, I would live in a little bubble, but I like to get different perspectives. I knew we'd be chatting about it, so I did a bare minimum research, and I just know people spout things as if it's such an easy fix, but it rarely is.
Oh,
it's a lot more complicated, and it's not just a stroke of a pen and it's going to fix everything. It surely must be harder than that, because if it could be such a simple fix and an easy solution, then I would already assume that it would be done. You know, they didn't come across well. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they came across completely heartless and completely missed the mood of the public. And I think actually this whole fuel thing, it's a accumulation of, like you mentioned there, all the different crises that are happening over the last decade or so, and people are just fed up. So I think that's a large part of it. So yeah, I just think again that these things shouldn't be oversimplified, and if you can have dialogue and see things from another perspective, but you see, like, even online and stupid forums like Reddit, it's either that way or there's no other way. There must be there needs
to be bridges, man.
I mean, exactly, bridges. You can't be so fixed on your opinion that you're never going to change. If you're never going to change, there'll never be any progress in it. Like your dad here, you're saying he always go to one way, regardless. So he's never going to change, which is a shame. You know, I'm very open of my mind being changed.
You are?
Because I'm not educated enough to know in this particular situation who's right, who's wrong. But what I will do, I'll try and hunt out the facts as best I can using sources that I think are deemed reliable. That's the best I can do. Or from that, a lot of it is hearsay, a lot of it is opinion, a lot of us are swayed by the algorithms that we have online anyways. So,
or what you consume.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you're just watching Fox News all the time, right? If you're just sitting down watching Fox News for the last, let's say, 20 years, and you've no other news source, you're just watching Fox News morning, noon and night, that's your only thing, you're more than likely going to be more sympathetic to Trump, for example.
And anyway, yeah, exactly. And that's your natural leaning anyway. But you're tuning into Fox News initially.
Yeah.
So it's just going to reinforce the opinion that you already have. But if you're not evolving, you're not changing your opinion as life goes on, then it's a waste of life.
It's a waste of life.
It's a waste of life. I'm open to be right. I hope next year I'm smarter and maybe my mind is completely changed.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I doubt it as well. I'm losing bracelets by the day by being here. But I think that's a good thing. I'm very open to be wrong. It's great being wrong. If I was wrong, I've learned something new. It's fantastic.
Failure is the key, man. Like going into something and going, oh my God, I was completely wrong there. I fucking failed to see this point of view.
Yeah.
I'm going to be embarrassed having to admit this, but I'm going to be a more rounded person afterwards.
Yeah, but there should be no embarrassment in admitting that you're wrong. That's the thing. I think a lot of people. How many people do you know that will actually say, "Oh, I was wrong," or that?
I tell you how many people.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly how many people. 2 people, my wife and you.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
I know, and I've I hand on my heart, I know everyone I know. You and Noel are the only people who I would actually go, this fella, you will say, you come into me if you were completely wrong and say, you know, I checked out that there, what you were talking about yesterday, I was fucking completely wrong on that, man. Yeah. Isn't it terrible? And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've learned something new, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and it's a great way to be, you know? Like, I mean, I don't think I'm like that. I'm not as, like, I'm a little bit more steadfast in my beliefs, and I definitely am willing to change, but it'll be slow. I'll have to be really convinced. Yeah. But I am willing to be convinced.
Yeah.
You know? Hashtag AI adoption.
So we sorted out the fuel crisis.
Build a few bridges and not the ones that you're building in Cork that lead to fucking nowhere, you stupid cunt. Yeah, we've finished with that. Hashtag AI adoption.
AI adoption. Adoption, okay. That's a good thing.
I know. I just so fucking annoyed by it all. Like, do you know what I mean? He doesn't give a... And he's from Cork. We should be proud of our fucking Taoiseach, you know? Fucking so annoyed. Like, he's just just so talks down to people, like.
Yeah,
he's like teacher, like.
Yeah.
An old school teacher.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
no, it looks. Yeah, fuck him. It looks poor. It's just sounding so poor. Doesn't it? It sounds so poor. No matter what side you're on, but for a person to talk down to a group like that,
talking down to
it's like, come on, at least fucking show some sort of sympathy, or even feign it if you can. Fucking
feign it.
You know,
feign it. Fake it till you make it, me holy fucking donkey.
He definitely needs some sort of fucking PR school or something.
Oh, whoever's in charge. Actually, Bernard Casey did a brilliant sketch, or not a brilliant sketch on it. He just did a kind of a POV on it, where he was like, it's not Mihal's fault, it's his PR team. Who the fuck are his PR team? You know?
Dave McSavage did a good sketch as well, actually.
I didn't see his one.
Yeah, about what the government are doing. Basically, Sean, you probably explained it better than I, but something along the lines of the advice they're giving the general public. It's so fucking... it's nothing substantial to it at all. It's so simplified. If you want to save money, then use electricity less. So something along those lines. But the way Dave McSavage, he just did a brilliant slant on it. I just looked at it once quickly, but I found myself chucked away. And by the way, I think what he's doing, Dave McSavage is very funny. He's a funny man.
Funniest show on RT in the last 20 years, The Savage Eye. If you are in any part of this country or any part of the world listening to this podcast now, and you want to laugh at brilliant satire, clean, calculated satire, The Savage Eye is the best fucking show. It wouldn't be made today now, like.
No. Had its time.
It wouldn't be made today, mate. Back in my town, you can't say anything today.
Like 40 Towers now. They're always on about 40 Towers. He's Tory now, still.
John Cleese.
Yeah, he's 80s, late 80s, I'd say. Yeah, fair play to him.
Fucking hell, I used to love Monty Python.
Yeah. There's only a few episodes made, wasn't there?
Of Monty Python?
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry,
there was a TV show.
40 Towers.
There was 12 episodes of 40 Towers.
Yeah.
Each one. I'd say there's a bit of casual racism in it, all right. I remember when he wakes up in a hospital and one of the doctors is black and he's like, just looking at him like that. I'd say that's...
Or Mr. O'Reilly.
Oh, Mr. O'Reilly, the Irish builder, yeah. There's a lot of casual racism in it. But that was of the time, though. That was, like, it's still wrong, but that's the way the world was represented in England at that time.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he says he was poking fun at a person who was looking at those things in that way.
Exactly.
So a dinosaur, even at the time, it's completely wrong. That's why it was so ludicrous and fun.
Exactly. It's like complete racism, but it is of the time. I think I don't think you should be. He should. And also, did he write at 40 Towers?
I'd say he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Prunella Scales was.
There was a couple of them there, wasn't there? There was two of them. Himself and
Connie Booth. Prunella Scales was what was the wife's name? He was Basil. What was her fucking
it was a
morning, dear.
It was very good.
Oh, fucking
he based a character on somebody
he went to
a hotelier
in Turkey.
Yeah, in Turkey. I would have loved to be.
Do you know 40 Towers? Every time you go into 40 Towers, it was spelled incorrectly on the sign outside, and the letters would be backwards.
No way.
At the start of every episode, that's a little homage to it up there.
Oh, fucking very good.
Trending topics. It's spelled differently for most of the episodes. I forgot to change it now today, so it'll be the exact same as the last one, but at the same time.
So the tradition is now dead.
Well, I think we've more than 12 episodes done. So 40 Towers ain't worth shit. AI adoption.
Oh, back to AI adoption. Yeah. Do you use AI a whole pile?
We're 40 minutes into the podcast, man.
Minutes in, yeah.
I haven't asked you any questions yet.
I know, yeah. Well, in fairness, I was scrambling with the fuel crisis thing.
I kept going when I saw you crying. I was like, I have him here now.
You wouldn't need my very superficial answer.
No, I was enjoying it too much.
Bad.
The AI adoption, I use AI. I use a bit of ChatGPT, but I saw there on robots. Can't wait to get a robot.
Okay.
Fucking hell. And like a robot, just like imagine having a robot around the gaff.
They had this, I know, this Chinese ceremony, believe it or not, in China. And go away. But they were showcasing these particular robots performing unbelievable
karate.
Karate type movements or dynamic movement type things. They looked fantastic. But then they always say how many takes for the robot to perform in a way that we're shown. So I use AI, but I use AI for testing myself. So for knowledge. So what I usually do, I ask the AI, I'm very boring and I probably bore AI, but I ask it to ask me 10 long form questions on a topic that I want to know more about, usually in my studies. So they'll ask me questions and then I rate my knowledge out of 10 in terms of clarity and how well I actually communicate the information in a very efficient way and the accuracy of information. And then I ask AI to ask me maybe 10 to 20 very short questions where the answers are usually 1 to 2
Good way for
words.
studying for a test as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you really learn. Because a lot of people learn in a way, and they kind of describe it as like writing on the sand. You're just memorizing information but not really learning, and then obviously if you write on the sand, the water is going to come in and take it away. But if you learn via different techniques, so it could be more visual learning or learning as if you're presenting to somebody, and that's the way I do. I present to ChatGPT a lot of times as I'm answering my questions, and that's a great way for me to retain my information in a very meaningful way.
I saw this thing that they said if you can maintain your health to 2040, I think, right? How far away are we from 2040?
14 years now.
If you can maintain your physical health, right, your mental and reasonable physical health, that AI will be so advanced at that stage that you will be able to hop into into an android, and you'll have limbs and arms, and you'll be like pretty much a way of being immortal, like immortalizing yourself. By 2040.
Seems like a stretch. 14 years we become immortal.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, it's developing very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's developing so fast. Like I mean, a form of immortality. Like, so do you know? Like, so in
I used to love the Highlander.
Oh, I love the Highlander.
Fuck.
The first one is it though. After that, the rest of them aren't great.
Yeah.
But like immortality in terms of like you'll still have like. So I'll be, what, about 60 something then, right? Let's just say I maintain my health.
Yeah.
They'll give you a body,
yeah,
so that the rest of your life isn't affected as like an old person. You still have your mind is clear, but now you have limbs and you have fucking legs and you're able to.
So is that your physiological aspect?
Your physiological is the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that have some sort of bearing in your cells, your mitochondria, all that crack? So
it's all going to be transferable.
Do you age anymore then?
I don't think you age either. Yeah, I think that this is what your mum was saying anyway on TikTok there at 2:00 in the morning.
So I'd be thinking maybe 60 years from now. I don't think. I'm not sure.
I smoked a big joint before. No, I might be thinking.
That's my time to put up a red flag there. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it's interesting though to think maybe there could be a certain time frame in humanity where that could be the case. Sure,
there's a transition into the robot, like, you know. I think it'd be kind of a cool thing. Like, I'm like, all right, imagine if you're 60, right, and you love playing Gaelic football now, right, and your knees are fucked,
they're
right,
fucked,
and your elbows can't move the way they once were, but your mind is agile and sharp, and suddenly you're given this, like I'm not saying one of these how we see robots now, but like a human suit, and you're able to transfer your body into it, right, your torso into it, and then you have your arms and your fucking, like, your arms and your legs are new or whatever, you're robotic almost, but in a new body, and you can go back and do all that again at 60.
To be honest, if they could sort out just joint health, I'd be very, very happy. If they could do that alone and rebuild cartilage,
then
I'd be very, very happy with that. If they could do that first, and then whatever about robots down the line, then I'd be happy enough with that. We'd take that. Yeah.
I have another trending topic, but I'm actually going to cancel it because we've got 15 minutes left of this podcast, and we've just we've hit the topics have been tough. So I'm going to conclude trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. First time I've ever had to wrap that up quickly.
That's
such
okay.
As the intensity of
the fuel crisis.
The fuel crisis.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a crisis until this morning, so it was all news to me.
No,
very good.
I'm really sorry now, but the questions are going to, from here on in, are hard hitting.
Okay. Hit me with them.
Hopefully, our friendship will maintain afterwards. It's nothing personal.
We're not really friends, innit?
No, not really. Mm-hmm. How long has it been since your last confession?
Oh, okay. Years. Yeah. Years. Yeah. I don't really go to mass.
Yeah.
I'm not really a mass man. I remember, and I actually give this some thought. Last time I went to confession was in school. We were forced to go there, and I can't remember exactly what I said to the priest, but I remember him going, "Oh, for Jesus' sake." And then I was thinking to myself,
he said, "Jesus' sake."
Yeah, he said, "Oh," and I say he would have said, "Fuck's sake." Oh, for Jesus sake. So I don't know what I said to provoke that sort of reaction to him.
Wow.
Yeah. So I remember thinking, sure, what's the point? Like, sure, who is this fella to say, oh yeah, you're kind of absolved from all your sins?
He's a disciple from the big G.
Sure, is he really though?
Well, he thinks so.
Maybe he thinks so.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, it's a bit of a waste of time. So I don't know. I don't really believe in it.
Did you go in with something absurd like?
I can't remember. I rack my brain. I cannot remember what I said.
How old were you?
But I remember his reaction. It was in national school, so probably 11 or 12 at the time.
Yeah.
We were forced to do all these things. I don't know if you guys were back in the day, but like, and you were as well, I would assume. But that was the reaction. So I say I've never been to confession since. I don't feel that I need to do it. I don't. I wouldn't get any benefit from it.
Yeah.
And I'd just be wasting time, the priest time. I think I'm pretty much perfect. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I would say you're doing a lot wrong, but like you don't care. So it'd be safe to say. So would you be atheist
no,
or agnostic?
Yeah, I don't really. It depends what time you catch me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I know. Yeah. People are like that.
Yeah. I definitely not defined as one character. You won't put me there. But you could meet me next month. I'd be like, I found something in that's interesting. I might be.
You're open to having your mind changed.
I'm open to having my mind changed. This whole podcast is about me being open to having my mind changed.
Yeah.
So whatever opinion I have here in this podcast, it doesn't really matter.
You can't cancel me. I'm uncancelable. You can Russell Brand your way out of this.
I'm like a tato bag in the wind. I go any which way.
Whose song? Speaking of Russell Brand, his ex had a song about that. Okay, right, we won't go down that route. Second question: the moon. What in the name of God? I know I don't believe in God. What in the name of God are we flying to the fucking moon for?
I love it.
Do you?
Discovery and something a bit different and something we're aiming for off planet, and maybe this could lead to us, maybe your Harvey's great grandson kicking pints over a bar in Mars. Fantastic.
No, you're kind of selling it to me now. Right,
I do. You'd love that. I fucking do. You'd love that. It's something, isn't it?
Who's he playing for?
It could be maybe this fucking.
Is he representing Earth?
It could be representing Earth.
Imagine that. Earth against Mars in a hurling match.
Interplanetary fucking contest. Amazing.
I'm on board now with this fucking space travel.
But isn't it amazing? No. At least the news is a bit of a brightness, a bit of fucking, exploration. I think the last time we went over to that side of the moon was back in the 60s and 70s, a long time ago. So I think it's
why didn't they land on it?
I don't know. You'll have to ask NASA, I suppose.
This is my fucking thing, right? Is they're all going on about the moon landing was fake, right? Okay. This is what they're saying, all right? This is the conspiracy theorists, that it was made inside in a Hollywood studio. There's movies made about this now. This is my opinion, right? So I'm like, okay.
I love when people, you express something without saying, this is not my opinion.
But there's movies made about this. They're saying the fucking moon landing was a complete hoax. It's a load of bollocks. And you're talking about AI there and CGI, right? And there's these lads flying up on, isn't that a great rocket going up through the sky, and the Epstein files over here, take no notice of them. Do you know what I mean? Like bang bang. Why didn't they land on the moon? Why didn't they land on the fucking moon?
You're posing that to
why
me?
Didn't they land on the moon?
I'm not sure why they didn't land.
They just flew around. Sure, anybody could. I don't believe any of it.
Did they go to a greater distance than what we've done in the last 40, 50 years? Because they said so.
Because they said so.
They had a pretty picture of Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they the inspirational speech. I'm just looking back at Earth now, and I'm starting to think, we live in a beautiful planet. Yeah.
But Cornelius, isn't it nice though? You might just off the back of that look up and look at the stars for like 2 minutes out of one night.
Yes.
And isn't that fucking nice?
That is
rather
nice.
We're hooked onto our phones and stuff like that. So if that inspires a small percentage of the population to go, okay, there might be something more out there, or these guys are off Earth, and I can't wait. Maybe something's possible for or maybe your fucking offspring way down the line.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. Yeah.
Did you follow much of it now? Were you watching much of it when it was happening?
Tiny bits of it. Yeah, tiny bits of it.
It was annoying me.
What way was it annoying you?
It was just annoying me that they wouldn't it was just, I was like, I just felt it was a bit distracting,
But maybe distraction is nice, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're right. But I just felt there was a lot of money being spent on it that could have been spent on, sure, look, this is it, you can be annoyed all your life as well. I just like millions and millions and millions spent on 4 people, was it? Flying around the moon.
Yeah, but
and you
potentially helping us down the line and helping the human race down the line, potentially. But maybe not. But again, those millions be spent elsewhere on nonsense that we wouldn't agree with anyways.
Okay.
Potentially. Like.
Yeah.
So I just think it's good. I think, like you said, we could be, and I'm a fierce man to be annoyed about everything. I'm very
annoyable at the moment.
Yeah, but I always think, do you know what? Fuck it. It's something a bit different, and it's something it can be beautiful if you wish it to be beautiful, or you can be annoyed if you wish it to be annoyed. I'd rather just look at it and go, okay, it's actually a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Or at least potentially.
Yeah, I need to get back my I'm vibing low. I'm fucking annoyed with everything at the moment. Those fucking Americans are annoying the shit out of me.
Like. No, in fairness, there's a lot of brutality going on. There's a lot of people blown to smithereens. At the end of the day,
look how great we are. We're flying around the moon.
Oh, that Pete, what's his name?
Carol?
No, the general lad and the
Hemsek?
Yeah, he's
like do you
definition.
remember Small Soldiers? remember that show, Small Soldiers? He's like the fucking main dude from Small Soldiers.
And he puts everything to God.
Yeah.
About the pilot being rescued, he kind of analogy to Jesus rising. I was like, stop, please. But people buy into, like, he wouldn't say it otherwise.
No.
So they might have a good section of their population that really buy into that.
Yeah.
But he's a gimp, like.
A gimp. And Caroline, what's your one's name? The press secretary.
She's doing her job, yeah. I always know, I think she's a gimp, but I'm always impressed the way those people can kind of deflect.
She's so good at her job.
Yeah, they're all good at it. Like, do
you know the way you were saying you'd change your mind there? If you said it to Caroline and if you were a proper question to her, she's never going to go, you know what? You're right. I never thought of it like that. She'd be like, she just deflects it around that Trump is amazing.
And if Trump did the complete opposite, she'll have another answer to support that viewpoint. She's brilliant at that. Yeah. Like, and you need people like that on your team. Like,
yeah.
You know, so.
That's the moon. Gaelic football is your sport, mine guy. What is one thing that is not implemented in the game now that you think could be implemented to make the game better?
I could talk about this for an hour, 2 hours.
You have
about 4 minutes.
7 minutes, because we have 1 second now. We've got another 4 questions after that.
Okay, look, when GA, usually it's kind of optimizing performance. I could go on about periodization strategies and all that crack and train density. And
I'm going to push you for one answer.
Okay, I would go for proper screening batteries. So a lot of the time player availability is an issue, and I think a lot of times people don't know how to rehab, or more importantly prehab, to prevent injuries. So I'll be looking at the sports epidemiology, so including the injury incidence rates within the sport. So at the start of every year I would bring my football team in, and I would do a screening in terms of mobility screening, function movement screening, dynamic movement screening. I'll be looking at what are the areas that are most susceptible to injury. In GA, it's actually the hamstring. 31% of all injuries in GA are hamstring related. So I would come up with, first of all, a screening process to see if there's a lad that's susceptible to the hamstring injury. Actually, what I would do, there'd be an entire screening process. I don't have time to go on about it, but it would be literally...
No, go on, talk about it. It's interesting.
It'd be from the ankle all the way up to the hip, okay? And I would have each player would be classified. I'd have this classification system, so it'd be like a traffic light system. So if a player scores really, really well, he gets a green, he can carry on training with the normalised prehab work that you would do anyways. If a player scores amber, in that case, maybe he has some issues in terms of landing mechanics, so we need to work on that. So he would have a focused prehab on landing correctly, so the absorb force right.
Unreal.
Whereas another player, maybe he'll have red, and so there'd be restrictions in terms of what he can and can't do in terms of training, and maybe matches it out for a while until we get his scores up. So this would hopefully neutralise a potential threat of injury going down the line.
So prehab is you concentrate more on prehab.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't. That's actually very prudent. Like especially, I'd imagine that in intercounty setups that is probably...
Oh, it's a given.
That's a given.
It's a given. But not in the lower.
Not in the lower.
Not in the lower.
Because you're always thinking about rehab and, like, after the games, we're going, we have to do our stretching, we're going in to do our ice baths, all this kind of stuff. That can be
a form of prehabative stuff as well, but rehab is when the injury has occurred. So what I want to do, do the prehab. So we're negating any potential issues in terms of injury, so they may not pop up. At least you're reducing the likelihood of an injury occurring. Yeah. Like if there's a hamstring issue or potential, since the hamstrings are very prevalent in GA, so my prehab would involve improving hamstring flexibility, improving flexibility of your anterior chain. I don't want to be too sciencey, but we go into why you would do that and how maybe being tight in your hip flexors can actually cause hamstring strains, because they can, if you're very, very tight in hip flexors, they've more force has been placed on the hamstring as you go into hip extension, as you're running, all that crack. There's so much science involved in it, and even exposing players to max velocity running a couple of times a week. So players that are exposed to max velocity sprinting 2 to 3 times a week are much less likely to incur a hamstring strain than players who are not exposed to this sort of
Why didn't you bring this into the Junior Bs last year, man?
There was no buy-in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Remember, you banned training.
I banned training. Yeah.
So that was the reason.
Yeah, that was the number one thing. Yeah, no training, and we got to the final.
So maybe what I'm talking is a load of shit. Maybe we don't need to do this. But
and we got beaten by an intermediate team, second team. So I mean, you know, it was our actual second team against their. But you know, we won't get into that.
There's loads of stuff that you could do. It's just you're literally. We always talk about buy-in, and then just loads of stuff that you could do in another sense that I know you're really into, but we just don't have time. Individual development plans is a huge thing that you can really get buy-in and support from the player, so you're handing more autonomy to them and decision making to the player, and the player is addressing issues that they think is a concern to them, whereas it's not just defined by us, the management. So that's another whole thing.
Well, when we were working with each other last year, we would have had these conversations. This is a conversation now that we would have in a car on the way to a gig. We'd be doing a gig and we'd talk non-stop about Gaelic football and our Junior B team, and what we would do if we were doing the Junior A's, or what kind of a club we'd like to take next, all this kind of stuff. But it's like I think there's you need to marry both those.
Yeah.
You need to marry both those, and that the game is completely different now than it was when we were playing it, or even when it was being played 10 years ago. It's just a different game now. And even just to bring it back into the fuel crisis to a certain extent, it's about the people. It's about it's about supporting the people around you and lifting them up in the best possible way, and talking to them and letting them know what's going on. I think in the past, and just with GA in general, my own experience growing up playing hurling and football and being on teams and being around teams, there's always seems to be a kind of a disconnect with teams, like between, we'll say, what the management is thinking and what the players know. And I think there needs to be a complete balance. There needs to be an openness, even when you're picking teams, this is what we're looking at. And I think sometimes there isn't, because of fear of retribution and kind of personality clashes and stuff like that.
There's a term now, it's psychological safety. That's what you're trying to promote. So they should be encouraged to share their opinions. So there should be never any fall back from you disagreeing with me. That should be like we were saying throughout the podcast. If you're open to listen to another person's point of view, and your mind being changed, and the person coming to you with a problem, they're aware that you're okay with this. Then it opens up dialogue, and it opens up change, and it promotes a better culture as well. So you're 100% right. It's all about communication and having that safety within the communication.
And communication and community. Then you see what happens then is when you're all when you're vulnerable. Vulnerability is the key, right?
So funny you say that. There's a study that a coach showing vulnerability, they're way more liked by their athletes than a person who's close.
Because you're just showing them that you're human, and I'm the same as you, man. And we want to get across the line together, and it's not a one-person team. It's not last year we had a player on our team. He was brilliant, and he was a great player, right? Great, and he was like top scorer, and from back in the day, and he was a great team player on the day as well. Fantastic player, But we wouldn't have won if we just had him out. You needed 14 other lads to get the ball to make blocks and stuff like that. Do you know that kind of thing?
100%. I mean, the referee doesn't give him the ball.
No.
It's a team event. I completely agree with that. And once everybody on the team kind of buys into that, I think that's what we did last year, even with a Junior B team. But like you imagine at elite level, where they're physically fantastic, and they have that kind of mental mindset as well. It's a recipe for really good stuff.
If you're listening to this, lads, and you want to hire us, we're looking to take a team probably next year or the year afterwards, implementing our own ideas. We did it with Ballyclaw last year. We've already dreamt up of teams that we'd like. We're looking for a junior team. You need to have a good panel, and
we might even sneak up to intermediate.
Would we?
Junior intermediate.
We'll see. But who's going to take us? You know what I mean?
You have a bit of a following.
I have a small bit of a following. You've no following, but you've got loads of knowledge.
I have the paper to back it up.
So he's got the paper to back it up, and I've got the following. And between us, we have got to a final once. Junior B. Countless North Cork medals.
Thank you.
I've won a county hurling and football, so the credentials are there. Get in contact, and how much would we be? We talk about that, and when we get there. Question 4, we're gone over the hour now. You're fucking we're on the way. We're going to the Cork football match after this.
What time is that at?
It's on at 2:00, and it's now 1:00. Oh, for fuck's sake! Right. you're drinking now again. You're back drinking.
Yeah.
You never really drank when you were a younger man.
Never drank.
And you've only kind of started drinking in the last couple of weeks, or couple of years. Couple of years, is it? Last year?
About 2 years.
2 years. And you're not a big drinker.
No.
And I've enjoyed a few pints with you. You're great crack having a few pints. Why did you start drinking in your 40s and you didn't drink all the way through your life? And what benefits have you seen in your life, and have you seen any negatives?
Well, the body's fucked now anyways, so I may as well go all out. No, do you know what? I like the way it kind of removes that kind of element of complete control. I like that. I even like the taste of it. I like the crack with it. I like, I don't know. I only drink with very select people anyways.
Yeah.
So I like that. I drink with you, I drink with Chloe, and I might have a pint with my dad. I think I had one pint with my dad, and those are the 3 people I drink with. I like the messiness of it, the mischievous of it.
Yeah.
I like, I just think it's amazing. I think I love everything about a good pint.
Yeah. Lovely. When we were above in Cushendall in North County Antrim, do you remember the Guinness?
Oh, it was
If I could have dived into it and come back up, I would. But seldom is nice. I like seldom. I wouldn't be a lad to go on the sauce now every week.
But that's what makes it magic. The odd time, like I'm going away now again, wherever with Chloe, and we'll go drinking, and I'll have a great time. And I just think there's a certain amount of magic to it. Because I'm a bit introverted. Normally, I'm a bit kind of, I don't bother too much with people. But after a pint or two, then it opens me up a small bit. So I think it's good. I think drinking is brilliant. Everybody should drink a little.
Well,
sometimes,
yeah. And not everybody.
Not alcoholics either. If you're suffering from an issue,
then don't.
You've had your time.
Yeah,
you messed it up.
See, we've gone over the hour now, lads, and that's the problem. We go over the hour. That's when he kind of starts to fuck up. Small bit. Goals. Discuss.
My goals. I just want to finish very quickly. Academia. I just want to get my masters done. And then I want to potentially be involved in kind of elite sporting setup. So that's what I want to do. And I think the life that I'm living, I'm very happy with.
Yeah.
There's no real stresses. My Mexican hot ass wife is brilliant. So I think she's fantastic. Family are great. My dog, he could do with losing a few pounds.
He's got a fat dog.
I've got a very fat dog. But apart from that, everything is good. So
Bar your fat dog, you're happy enough.
I'm very happy. So my goals are just a bit selfish in a way. They're just academia.
Yeah.
Fucking academia.
What are you feeding the dog?
He eats everything. I think he's that type of breed dog where he's a retriever. Is he a retriever?
He's not fucking retrieving much, I'd say.
he's retrieving a lot. He's probably eating everything off the table. So he's put up a few pounds. The vet was saying he's heavy, but he's been saying that for years.
Yeah. So maybe change the vet, I'd say. It's not the fucking dog's fault at all. Maybe the fucking vet's eyes are fat. You know what I mean? He's just wide eyes.
He's almost touching the ground. He's a massive dog. He's an issue with his paw as well. So he's not as mobile as what other dogs are. That's what he predicted.
Well, if he lives now for another 14 years, you put him into a dog AI vibe. No?
he definitely won't.
He won't.
He definitely
He'll be gone
won't.
in the next 14.
I'd say he eats everything so I say he won't. God bless him.
Would he eat a curry? Would you give him a curry?
The only thing he doesn't eat is salmon. He'll eat literally everything.
That's
fruit,
probably good then.
Veg, meat, potatoes, everything else, but he doesn't eat salmon.
Would he drink an Actimel for you?
If you put it in his bowl, he'd drink an Actimel. Yeah.
My dog's the same. Words of advice for the podcast nation before we go?
I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's just reframing your mindset, isn't it? So we could always looking down and stuff and go, fuck, that's shit. But sometimes it isn't shit. It's just the way we're looking at things. So I think, you can definitely put more of a positive slant on things. And sometimes life can be beautiful. And you look down, you look up. But the lads never buy into what I'm saying. But this is genuinely true. So this is from the heart now, lads. I can't remember how to say it. No, but there's beauty in so many different things.
Yeah.
I love it. And my friend said to me, we were out running and we were looking at a graveyard. It was just out in the Mallow pitch. And I was just said to him, I was like, oh my God, we're here running and they're gone, they're finished, they're dust, vapour. And it isn't amazing how life can just go from such activity to nothing.
To nothing.
And he said, you know what? Yeah, that's true. And we're all passing through. We're all just passing through. So if you see a person fucking start, give them a hand. Give them a hand. Just fucking give them a hand. Make their life a little bit more happier. Sometimes I like playing the idiot as well. It's nice because it brings a small bit of joy into person. And if they feel better about that, sure, I don't care.
You brought up that again in the podcast.
I couldn't wait to bring it up. I was squeezing.
Billy Connolly, I saw a quote from Billy Connolly during the week going, they were asking him, does he want to be cremated or does he want to be buried, right?
He's still alive.
He's still alive, yeah.
Very good.
And he said he put a lot of thought into it. And when I read this, I said, fuck, I think this is what I want. No, he said, he goes, when I die, and I don't know if he said it like that, no, but he's Scottish. And he goes, when I die, he goes, I want to be buried. Maybe in a blanket. You know the way they bury people in Africa and certain tribes in Africa in a kind of a blanket. It's like a woven blanket of some sort. Biodegradable blanket, right? And he goes, I want to be buried in Scotland on my own land where I lived and breathed. And I want a tree to be planted over me. So I become part of that tree. And I thought to myself, that is a fucking gorgeous way to go. Imagine just being eaten and being decomposed and you're into the soil and then the nutrients from that soil are sucked up into the oak tree underneath you and that oak tree lives on to 1,000 years and then gets chopped down for fire, I suppose. Essentially, it's going to be cremated. You're being cremated, but you're driving it on.
He's delaying the cremation process.
Do you know, I just thought it was a lovely way. Thanks for bringing up death right at the end of the podcast.
You love it, though.
Yeah, you'll always get it in, though, and I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Fucking dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. It's Sunday. Me and the Mind Guy are off to watch Cork and Limerick in the senior football first round of the championship match now. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow the Fearless Digital Network. They're doing God's work. Follow the Mind Guy on the Mind Guy on Instagram. Please sign up to my Patreon. I would absolutely love more people on my Patreon. There's a link in the description. Till next time, good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Good luck.
Boom.